Hey everyone, in this video we're going to go ahead and do an updated tour of the Microsoft SharePoint Site Contents and libraries. I did one about a year ago, and since then Microsoft changed the menu. The video still works because the concepts are still there, the options are still the same, but they've been moved around, and I just wanted to give you all an updated view to try to keep the tutorial as current as possible. So if you want to get to your site contents, you should see an option over here on your navigation where it may say site contents, or you might just see the library or the list that you want to access. You can just go ahead and click it there. Or if you want to get to the home, so to speak, of your site contents, you can come over here to the cogwheel in the top right, come over here to site contents. And then from here, let's go and explore what we can do on this page. So we can click new, or we can go and add in a new list, a new page, a new document library, a new app. We can also access things like the site usage, the workflows, the settings, the recycling bin. I can also collapse or uncollapse the header right here using that button. And from here, we can also come in and we can decide which library do we want to select, and then which of these lists do we want to select. We can just go ahead and come over here and left click it. Or if you click on the ellipsis next to any one of these, you can also dig into the settings for that particular library. Or if you click on details, it'll also show you the description of the type of library that you're using. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into documents and we'll see what options are on there. So from here, let me go ahead and I'll just start from left to right. So this drop down here, we have a shortcut where we can create new folders. We can upload files, we can upload folders, we can add templates, or if you want a more robust list, you can click on this create or upload option. And then you could add in things like PowerPoint presentations, OneNote, or notebooks and things like that. You also have these little buttons right here, which will also allow you to add in Microsoft Word documents and Microsoft Excel documents too. Below that, you have your different views that are available to you. So for us, we have this one, the out-of-the-box view, which is the all documents, but you can also create your own view by selecting Add View, and you can build it out to have alternating colors. You can have it conditioned so that certain metadata cells get flagged different colors. I mean, you could do all sorts of things. So I have videos on that if you guys are interested. Above that, we also have an option where we can add a shortcut to our OneDrive. I already did this, so let me just go ahead and open up my OneDrive so you guys can see. Actually, I already had it open. So over here, if I go back to my files on my OneDrive, you can see I have the shortcut. And then this will take me right into the documents that we were looking at on SharePoint. You can see this is the same thing as right here. So I have a shortcut to it on my OneDrive. And we also have this option right here that says pin to quick access. So if I look over here, the quick access section of my OneDrive, that's what that does. We also have the ability to add a form if we would like to. We can edit in grid view, which is helpful. So in case you want to edit your metadata without having to open up the file, I could just click that, and then I could just come in here and double click, and I could change things like the name, or maybe I have a category field or a choice field where I can go ahead and change the choices there or whatever. So sometimes it's a lot easier to use the editing in grid view as opposed to having to open up individual files. We already went over quick access. This is where you can export your folder or your list or whatever to Excel. I really only use this for lists because when I use it for lists, then my lists are just what they are. The information that you see there is going to be relevant on an Excel document. Whereas if I export this, I don't think I've ever done that before, but I'm pretty certain if I export this, it's just going to export the metadata that you see here. So I would have an Excel spreadsheet that would have a name column that just says sauna temps. It's not, as far as I know, it's not going to link to the image itself. I would just have the metadata that you see here. So it's not very useful for this type of document, but for a list, it's very useful because on a list, you may have, like a name here. Then you may have a choice. Maybe it's something related to like a contract. Like maybe you have like a whole contract set up here where you have the contract name, and then you have the contract expiration date and the contract, the day that it started, and then who created the contract, and then the vendor. And, it would be relevant to export that list out because someone looking at the spreadsheet wouldn't need additional information. They would just be able to reference whatever they need on that spreadsheet itself. They wouldn't have to go back to the SharePoint site to pull something. We also have the ability to add in workflows. So you can see there's template workflows up here, and you can also see my workflows. If I had applied any, they would have showed up here. Integrate, this is how we come into like our different Power Apps options. We could set up rules, approvals, all that good stuff. Then the ellipsis, this will give us the option to sync to our OneDrive. Alerts, you can ignore these because this was retired back in July of 2026, so this is no longer relevant. And we already covered this, so this just gives you a whole long list of things you can do, and then you can also edit this menu if you want to condense it or add in options here. We already went over the views. If you want to go ahead and add in additional column options, you can click on this. This will give you the option where you go ahead and select your different columns. If you want to show or hide additional columns, you can click on that, and then you can just always drag and drop if you want to change the order, or you could use the arrows. Then if you want to enable something, you just click the little checkbox and hit apply at the bottom, or if you want to remove something, you just do the opposite. And then if I click on this little drop down here, it'll allow me to go ahead and I could sort on these different columns. I could choose, do I want it to be ascending, descending? I can also change this column if I would like to, so where I can widen the column. I could change the positioning, things like that. And also if you come over between the two columns, kind of like how you do on Microsoft Excel, you can either expand or retract your columns to make them wider or more narrow. And off to the left here, this is where we have our navigation. Yeah, so there's really not anything else on here that's worth exploring, but that is a quick tutorial on the site contents in the library. Then if I was to select this individual file, you can see it'll give me some different options here, like opening up the file. I could share this file with people, or I could just dig into like the permissions. Like if I click on the ellipsis for this file, if I want to really dig into the permissions, I would go to Manage Access, click on this ellipsis again, then go to Advanced Settings. And then it will allow me to, I can actually stop inheriting the permissions for this particular file, and I can make this file have unique permissions. So I have videos on permissions if you guys want to learn how to set those up, but that's a quick little rundown if you want to add in some unique permissions to files. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of different options here too. So like I can download this file if I would like to, or if I click on it right here, there should also give me an option right here where I could download it. I could duplicate the file. I can move this file to somewhere else on our site, copy the link. And then if I click the ellipsis, it also gives us some more options here too. And then checkout is if I want to check out this file, I want to make changes to it, but I don't want anyone else to be able to get into it and make changes. I could just go ahead and check it out and then check it back in when I'm done. So that is a quick rundown, everyone, for the site contents and libraries and files. If there's anything that I missed or anything that you want me to go into a bit more detail of, that maybe my previous videos are the way I showed you in the videos no longer work, just let me know and I'll do an updated version just like how I did for this one. And yep, check for more videos very soon.